wait, dang it. Let's wait.
Welcome back to Against the Iron Storm with Dread Canary. I am the Dread Canary. The game is Against the Storm, and we have to start Season 5 of our Iron Man attempt, where we play every difficulty twice, and then increase the difficulty with the goal of beating Prestige 20 without ever dropping a game. Now, our last season, we got to Prestige 9 before the Queen's Impatience got away from me. And because I don't think it's particularly interesting to watch, I have pre-played the tutorial and the lowest 3 difficulties. If we go into deeds, you'll see we've got 8 games won, meaning we are leading in to Viceroy. If we go over to upgrades, you'll see that I've gone evenly across the board most of the way, but then around here, I just bum rushed all of the racial specific housing because I love getting those housing boosts, and that way these buildings don't clog up my building picks. With that said, let's get into Viceroy and see what we can do. So let's go ahead and play next to the Ruined Armory. It's going to kind of lock me out if I do that. But you know what? We aren't very far, so let's go ahead and just play this one. We are going to call ourselves something silly, like, I don't know, silly. We set it to Viceroy, because we haven't beaten Viceroy. Can't even do Prestige yet. And we will go with this. No, I mean, my rule is always go with the bigger caravan. So we're going to go with the 9 lizards and 2 whatever. I thought about going here, lock in the beavers, get some harpies, learn to deal with the harpies, but we're going to go lizards. We've got 2 embarkation points because we are not very far. And with lizards, I'm feeling the need for bricks, so we will get some clay to start off with. Let's go. Now what we want to do is on these easy difficulties, we will want to unlock as many resources as possible, which means I want to look for caches that may contain Citadel resources. But let's start by taking a look at our mystery, shall we? Okay, if we find glades during drizzle, we get 30 insects. That's wonderful for food. We got lizards and harpies, both of whom will like food produced from those insects. So that's good. Greater threats. Any dangerous and forbidden glade gives us a -2 global resolve penalty during the storm. So we are going to just keep taking negative resolve penalties the more we expand, which means I'm going to have to find ways to offset those resolve penalties, or we're going to have to open up small glades, which is always annoying. Piercing winds. Fuel efficiency goes down. We'll need a lot of fuel. That's fair enough. Hunger. Villagers don't have anything to eat. They gain 2 stacks of hunger effects, so I got to keep my food up, or people will get angry quickly. And finally, we need services, or they're going to start destroying stuff. That's fine. No villagers die when attacking the trader. That's an interesting option. And then, of course, we've got our other usual options. We've got the classic setup with the warehouse directly facing our starting hearth. We're going to go ahead and set this up. Now, of course, because the shape of these trees doesn't make for pretty lines, pretty squares, I'm going to go ahead and leave it as the just don't open the glades unless I mark them. We're going to say we want a trapper's camp. We are going to say that we want a herbalist camp. And we're going to want a stone cutter's camp. We'll do the classic circlement of the hearth. Make sure I've got a human in here for maximum patience. And let's increase our speed. Okay, so given how many lizards I have, I'm going to make my lizards my woodcutters. We'll put 2 lizards in here gathering these eggs. And take a look at our first mystery. Okay, so ore being produced faster is very, very good because we are going to get copper from the trees. So we're going to be able to make ore. +2 leather production. Well, cloth is something harpies like working with, and we'll need a lot of it for harpy housing. Humans like clothing. Tanning racks could be good. I don't currently have a good source of leather. And then silent looting will lower the hostility of the forest, which can be overpowered. I think I'm going to go with silent looting because long term it is the most overpowered. And we want this to go long term because, again, I'm going to want as many resources as I can possibly get in these early stages. Take a look at our orders. We want 2 glade events and 3 building materials to get some parts and people. Parts are not as powerful as they will be later because we don't have that increased cost, but they're still good. Either way, we're getting parts. This side, we need to make humans mildly happy to get some more humans and grain. Now, this doesn't excite me because I can't really do anything with grain yet. So we're going to go with clearing glades. 2 dangerous glade events to get +1 copper. This will include the side benefits from trees, so even if I don't mine it, we'll get a ton of copper. On the other side, big delivery gives us +1 to planks production, making planks more efficient. And if I had beavers, I would absolutely go with that. But in this case, I think I'd rather have the copper. And then rich harvest requires us to start planting stuff, and it makes faster planting, which isn't usually a problem. I'm going to go with lost in the woods. 1, because I'm definitely going to open the glades anyway. 2, rebuilding or salvaging buildings is pretty easy to do if you find them. And then it's the +1 to these basic objects. I just love the +1 bonuses for economic boosts. It's really good. It doesn't look like it's really good until you realize how many times you harvest these things. And then it just becomes apparent how amazing those kinds of buffs are. Now, of course, I've got 11 people. Housing of this kind houses 3 people. So I will need 4 to get housing for 12. We haven't really unlocked even our walls, which means I have to make the classic comforting tower, which goes away once I unlock walls, and I can make full-on walls. But we'll go ahead and do that just so we can get our hearth upgraded to the next hub. Now, I don't think we've actually got all the hubs of the hearth upgraded yet. I didn't read through all my upgrades. It's been, honestly, a few months since I prepped the save file in case that I failed. Because it's always good to have a spare save file. You don't know what's going to happen in Iron Man, and I don't want to gap in content while I'm prepping the next one. So I don't precisely know which things are upgraded and which aren't. And I know I've got buildings I can collect, but at this point it doesn't much matter, since in the early years, all you really want to do is get resources anyway. We got this lizarding away on all the housing, making people happier. We're making more space. Let's go ahead and rotate this over here, and we'll run this over here. And this is going to get everyone housed just in time for the first storm. There we go. We are only burning wood. Yep, good. That's excellent. And I feel like I can keep, maybe. I might want to lose some woodcutters, especially now that we can't play Resolve Pong by hopping between who we favor. But I think if I favor the harpies real quick, it'll take most of the storm before the lizards get down there. Plus we're about to get a global +2. There we go. So harpies are now pretty happy. Lizards are slowly losing happiness. We're going to go ahead and say that we want to open up this glade now. And I'm going to actually just boop this over here. And we'll boop this over here too. So we can get that first glade right at the start of the second year. There we go. All right. Fire this. And let's see what Corrupted caravan. Okay. So to work it, we need supplies that we don't have. Every 120 seconds, Blight Rod Sisters spawned equal to the current hostility level. Great. It'll take 5 minutes to work, and we get a -6 to global resolve. Not excellent. The chest of ancient tablets is really nice, though, so we are going to go with this option. Let's get more humans. So what can we do to get these supplies? The trees don't spawn resin, so we can't get resin. Coal we'd have to trade for, and we might be able to trade for. Sea marrow, no. Purging fire, and okay. So there's a couple of things we're gonna have to do to be able to deal with that. First off, I've got some unhoused people, so let's solve that by making another shelter. Let's just solve that right away. The second thing we want to do is we want to take a look at our buildings. So we know we have fertile ground right here. We want to rebuild a building, and this is a lumber mill. So if we have fabric, we're going to be able to get a lumber mill to get very efficient lumber. So planks are not really a priority. Crystallized dew is not a priority on this kind of map because we're getting copper out of the trees. The temple would normally be really good, but I don't think I've unlocked tier 3 hubs. And the herbalist camp would let us take advantage of this large node, but I feel like the small farms are best bet. Now we're going to go small farm, and then we're going to go smithy, because we know we're going to get planks, and the smithy will give us tools, so this will also open up coats and trade goods. The bakery is really tempting now that we have a small farm, because that way we'll have something that we can use that we can use flour for. But I think I have to go with the kiln just so I can get a good source of bricks. Okay. So we're going to need a crude workstation just right away. And right after the crude workstation, we are going to need a blight post. I don't normally rush a blight post this early, but I think we need to. So we're going to say we want 4 planks. And then after 4 planks, we want 4 fabric. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Good. Okay. And then we are going to need how many bricks? We're gonna need 1 brick. Okay, so that should let us get all the buildings that we really want to get. Yeah. Second one, all farms being able to plant mushrooms is huge. I'm never going to turn off trading. Trading is too powerful. And lowering hostility when we sell is going to let us prevent the worst of the storm. Paired with our caches, this could be amazing. But mushroom seedlings pays off sooner. I think I have to go with the protected trade here. Now, if I ignore this, what happens? Corruption grows quicker, and we lose a patience point. Well, that's not great. Let's go ahead and throw 2 humans in the crude workstation real quick. And we also want to make sure that we clear out all of this. Next set of orders. Have 50 meat to get 5 lizards. I don't love that. And we've got the ability to make trade goods, and we've got a small farm. So we're going to go with advanced trading. And bonus production in farms is great, so we'll go with advanced farming, which means we need a lot of packs of crops. So it'll be a while before we're really seeing dividends off those crops, but that should be fine. Meanwhile, this is getting built. That's excellent. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire these 3, which will lower hostility of the forest. And then we're going to say that we want to make 10 purging fire. And we're going to go here, and we're going to say that we want this and this to work the event. Now, it'll take them 4 minutes to work the event once they get the supplies there. We've got 6 minutes before we get a negative side effect, and it takes 40 seconds to make purging fire. So I'm hopeful that we'll be able to finish this and not see a negative from it. And of course, the fact that we're getting Blight Rot Cyst equal to the current hostility level of 1 should be fine. We should be able to totally manage that. No trouble. I'm going to move this over here. You are out of stuff. That's fine, so we'll go ahead and fire you. Let's change this to a human so I can put a second harpy here. Now what else do we want to make? Obviously we want to make a smithy like right here, but this is in the way. So let's go ahead and move this here and start clearing out that corner. Okay, looks like we're going to be on time. That's great. I think it's going to be close on fuel, but I think we're okay. Yeah, because this is going to get us... Yeah, we're fine. This is fantastic. Additional Blight Rot Cysts appeared. Right, but that's okay. We planned for that. This is a bit of a problem. But I can fire these guys, right? And we can move this around the corner here. And we can say, hey, we want... Well, for one thing, we want a kiln. We actually want the kiln. We want the kiln here. Yeah. That should work nicely. Okay. Now by firing them, we're at hostility 0, so we should not be generating any more cysts. Harpies are unhappy, but what we can do... We can favor them now, and lizards will lose happiness slowly, but it should be alright. And then this is going to finish. We do need to turn on coal burning. Small trapper's camp is out of things to trap. So we will go ahead and do that. And we are going to take this over here. And now they're happy. And let's actually go ahead and hire some lizards. Alright, next set. We need humans and harpies. Well, this pack has humans and harpies, so that's what we're going with. Bonus production in an herb garden, which I don't have. Silent looting again, which would let us really lower hostility of the forest. Let's go ahead and go with... I love the herb garden, but I don't love the herb garden without beavers. Let's go with silent looting. We do, however, want to rehire woodcutters in here. Actually, let's make this humans. And this needs bricks, which we don't have. So let's go ahead and throw a human and a harpy in here. And since I do have fabric, we are going to send 2 lizards over here to rebuild this. That's going to be our second glade event. Now we just need packs of building materials. These lizards don't need to be doing what they're doing, so we can fire them and put them here. Which means I can add another lizard to this and have it done faster. Now I think this is the front. So if this is the front, then we are going to want to clear this area, I think. The idea is that we're going to have a mine and a lumber mill and a farm here, so we will want a warehouse like right here. I'm going to turn that off. And while we do want packs of trade goods, we want planks first. So let's go ahead and say we want a max of 50 planks, which we want first. And then after that, don't make scrolls. Just don't make scrolls at all. We're going to turn on any of those. Sell goods with 45 amber, serve ale 60 times. This gives us faster trading, and this gives us parts and more amber. Now, the problem with serving ale is that only humans will drink it. And it requires a lot of setup. The good news is I've got something that we can turn into ale, as long as we can get barrels and like a brewery. But we can definitely sell 45 amber worth of goods. Like, there's no way to prevent that. And I definitely like keeping goods, so we're going to say we want to keep goods. That works. This is still being looted. And let's go ahead and put a lizard in here. And what we want this lizard to do is first use clay, then use stone. And we will want 50 bricks. And if we've got 50 bricks, then I want you to make as much coal as you can. Then I want you to make jerky. Yeah. And we're going to say that we want 30 jerky, which is more than double the amount of people I have. Well, no, everyone likes jerky in this map, 18. So we'll say 40 jerky, and then make as much coal as you can. And we will put more lizards in there. Now the only thing I want made we will want 50 fabric, and then after that we're going to say 10 pipes. That should be enough. But we're not going to have anyone make it just yet. That's getting harvested. That's getting harvested. This has been cleared out. That's wonderful. So we are going to shove this here, and we're going to drop a farm like so. I want a rain collector, and that's going to finish up this city block, so I can city block it. And we can 1, 2, 3, 4 just make another city block over here. Small herbalist camp is out of herbalisms. Well, let's go ahead and put this here in case we get an upgrade. And let's put a second lizard in the kiln. And we will put 2 harpies on making the fabric that we need. We're going to put 2 humans in this small farm. Okay, now I don't really want this negative effect. We have plenty of fuel. Sort of. Let's go ahead, come over here, and we are going to fire these lizards. So I can put a lizard in this. And you know what? Lizard resolve is low. Yeah, I know. We'll fire another human. There we go. Now everyone is happy. And we are going to need a makeshift post. We also need a smithy. And a human house. There we go. Ooh, free barrels is good for possibly getting ale. More stuff from deposits means we have to have the ability to use those deposits. Resources you sacrifice burn faster, but Glade event work speed goes up. I'm going to go with over diligent workers because free resources is always good. I mean, they're free. It's hard to turn that down. We will want, I guess lizards and humans. We will make this another human. We will rehire lizards over here. And if I look, yeah, we got plenty of space, so let's go ahead and put down some harpy houses. And next to the harpy houses, I'm going to put some flower beds. That looks nice to me. Now I should be opening up this glade, and the reason I'm not is mostly because I just want to consolidate my resources a little more before I do so. I think we're okay. Now when you make bricks, yeah, okay, perfect. That's doing exactly what I want it to. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because it's time for another comforting tower. Stonecutter is out of stone to stone cut. That's fine. We'll just go ahead and shove this somewhere out of the way like so. Oh look, more fertile ground. That's going to be excellent. All right. That is going to be quite good. Yeah, okay. So that is the highest limit of what we can unlock is 14. So we have 6, 8, 10. If I delete this, that'll be as high as we can get that hub. And then we should be thinking about a second hub. Okay, now this would fit beautifully here if it didn't get in the way of mining, which I do want to do. So we're going to go ahead and bring this right here. And we're going to construct ourselves a mine, which I think I want facing here. Yeah. So we face that there, and we do this, and then we run a road here. And I think that we're going to end up doing is trying to fit our next hub here. Should be fine. So we can go ahead and just shove a warehouse right here. Take a look at our next order, which is have a kiln, which I have, and I have 60 coal, which I can make, and in exchange we'll get +1 brick production. That's amazing. +1 to a building material is fantastic. We still need those packs of building materials. How are we looking on building materials? I mean, we're making plenty of planks. We've got tons of wood. We've got bricks coming in. Delightful. I've got all the fabric I can have, so let's go ahead and fire these 2 harpies. And what do we want them to do? Well, we do want to start thinking about mining. So I'm going to say we want a pile of lizards mining there. And this needs fabric and parts. We don't have the parts, but we do have an unused stonecutter's camp, so that gets us our parts back. And of course, we can get an archaeologist office. And I'm feeling a trading post. There we go. Now we're in hostility 3, which I don't like. So we are going to flip this to the other side. Whoop. We're going to flip this over here and fire. And then we're going to fire these guys as well. And next drizzle, they're just going to push their way in there. That drops us down to hostility 1. Everyone's happy. We can catch up on our building. So we can start engaging in trade. We can start using planks and packs of crops. And we want how many? We want 3 here. We want 15. We want 35. All right. 35. Let's go. This is waiting on fabric. That's also waiting on fabric. Mostly we're waiting on fabric is the problem. Okay. I could take silent looting for a 3rd time. So I'm going to take silent looting for a 3rd time, which is going to be ludicrous once we start looting things. But I do need a smelter. In the meantime, what do we need? We need fabric, which you have. Okay, that's fantastic. I don't really want anything else. Like, we've got food coming in. I would love to be able to get upgraded Trapper's Camp. So what's our goal? Our goal would be 19, and then all the fabric. And I don't think I can get it, but we're going to try. So if I sell my simple tools, and I say I sell 122 wood, just so much wood, and let's say I then sold, I'm not wanting to sell parts, wildfire essence is nice. We're not doing this. I'm going to keep everything else I have and just lower the fabric here. Maybe a little bit of egg? Just a little bit of egg. There we go. So getting that fabric is going to let us finish 3 buildings. And those 3 buildings are going to give us some big upgrades. So harpies are our biggest priority. If I want racial parity, I get 1 harpy either way. And let's go with this. It'll let us get even more fabric. So I can stick harpies in here. We can make this a pile of humans. We can make this a pile of humans. And then, do I have the building materials to upgrade you? No, not quite. But we will soon. We've got coal coming in. We're going to change this to make purging fire solely out of coal because it's much more efficient. We've opened a glade, and for this glade we need fabric. Beautiful. Fabric, incense, cosmetics, or trade goods. We could potentially buy more fabric. I think I have to. There we go. Okay. And building materials with free pottery. Now I've already got free planks, I believe. Yeah, I've already got free barrels for planks, so we don't need the free pottery. And I've got efficient building on both of these two. I mean, really efficient planks, kind of efficient brick making. So I'm not too fussed about keeping the goods. We're going to turn this one in for materials, which is excellent. And we are going to rush clearing out this farmland. And once that's done, that's going to give us a dangerous glade event, so we can get the queen off our back a little bit. Plus, there's our building materials, so we can turn off building materials here. Delete those. Gets us some jerky, gets us some people, gets us some parts. Okay. Upgraded. All right. Let's think about this. So the Trapper's Camp we know we can use immediately. Right here. The Forager's Camp I'm not worried about because I've got the ability to grow grain and vegetables, so this isn't awesome. The Herb Garden would let us make biscuits or pie if I got the ability to grind flour and then somewhere to bake it. The kiln can inefficiently make jerky, so that we would definitely need 2 more buildings to make the Herb Garden extremely useful. And the monastery lets us provide religion to lizards and humans, and leisure to humans, and it can lower hostility by 100, letting us avoid the worst offense of the storm. Food seems relatively stable. I'm going to go with the monastery. And because it doesn't matter where we place it, we'll just place it here. Now, it occurs to me that I've got these guys saying that they can make packs of trade goods, and I don't want them making packs of trade goods. So we're going to lower this, and we're going to remove this and this. We're going to come up here, and we're going to put 2 lizards in the smithy. And we're going to say, hey, if you can make tools, and you can make up to 50 tools, using planks and whatever, then make tools. And if you can't make tools, then I want you to make the packs of trade goods that I have to make, and then don't make coats. We don't have enough fabric for harpy housing plus coats, and I'd rather have the housing. So, trade goods. We want barrels. Well, we can do pigment. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And we want 15. We want 15. Okay. Good, good, good. Let's go here and let's see. I can carry more for every 2 tablets, and working speed is increased. This is actually a tough choice. These are both very good. Carrying capacity is good everywhere. Working speed is only... Okay, working speed becomes more critical on higher difficulties once you get the speed. Like, once glade events start taking a long time. So let's go ahead and do the carry more. Every 2 hostility levels grant bonus simple tools production, but we're going to be massively lowering this using tools. So let's go with the minus 15 production. Now, of course, that would require money that I don't have, so we're not going to do that just yet. Let's go ahead and make a massive small farm over here. And then we're going to change this to be harpies, which will just poke like that. And we will run a road right here. We've done 2 dangerous glade events. That gives us more copper and it gives us some coal. And another building. So the leather worker is the only, leather worker gives us fabric, which is the only building material that I currently have inefficient. The bathhouse will give us working speed and people leaving slower, and the ability to provide cleanliness to our harpies. Of these, I think I want the leather worker. I very much favor getting building materials locked down over just about anything else. So let's rotate that, and we are going to put a leather worker right here. Toss 2 humans in the small farm. And next season, we're going to open up this dangerous glade. This crude workstation, since this doesn't need to be making anything, let's go ahead and just remove all the resources from it and tell them, hey, we only use this for pipes. And actually, we're not even going to use this for pipes right now. We're going to go ahead and fire these harpies. We're going to put the harpies in the rain collector. Yo, dude, why do you sound like you're in a tunnel? You know, I've gotten that feedback before. Something about this microphone. Let me try something real quick. Okay, so, let's see if we can fix this. Okay. Is that better? It might be better. What do we think now? Let me know. Because if that works, then I don't have to wear a microphone and have it right in my face, which I would kind of like. About the same, I think. Okay. So maybe if I put this back in, and I go in here, and we do this. No, not what I wanted. And then, we change this to this. Okay. Let me know if that's better. Actually, hold on. I think I realized something. Let's change back to what I just did. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna transition. And now, okay, this is back to the old quality. Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Good to know. Okay. How about now? Sorry, YouTube. If you're when watching this live, I like to get feedback whenever chat shows up. They help me make things better, and I'm hoping that now we have solved the issue. Okay. Yeah. So the issue is that OBS was picking the wrong microphone to do my voice out of, which is great. Anyway, back to our game. Remember, the goal is to put our next hearth right here. We're going to go ahead and bring all of our woodcutters to this area. And now that we have so much coal, I can say do not burn this. We've got a decent pile of wood, so we can say upgrade that. And then I don't want to use parts for that. We got our trade goods.
Let's go ahead and say that they can't... No, we don't want to make coats because I need the harpy housing. Okay, last order. Let's see what we got. I am not doing anything that requires me to give up ancient tablets. The buffs that I get from having them in storage is too good, so we're going to focus on farming, y'all. And then we can carry 10 more items, get a pile of parts, get a bunch of villagers. But it does mean that our packs of crops is now going all the way up to 60. Of course, we are in the storm. Boop. Boop. Drops us down to hostility 3, which isn't really as low as I'd want it to be. We got 109. If I burn 40 wood a minute for 2 minutes, that's 80 wood. Drops us down to hostility 2, which helps. And then if I were to burn 40 coal, that would get us down to hostility 1. Let's see how this goes. Oh, wait. I'm silly. I've got a monastery. That'll get us down to hostility 1, no problem. The other worker goes up. We put 2 harpies in there, and we tell them, hey, only make fabric. Make as much fabric as you like, out of whatever you want, and the harpies are happy to do it. Got no grain in storage. That's okay, though. We've got 2 farms, which means we're going to have tons of grain starting next year. Let's go ahead and put some lizards back on wood cutting, which will raise our hostility, but we're at the end of the storm. We're not happy burning anything. All houses have room for 1 more villager. No. Wood production goes up, but harvesting and planting is slower. No, I need my farms too much. I will, however, add mushrooms. You can probably afford a single cutter. Yeah, I could have. Yes. But I didn't. So, let's go ahead and turn in these 2 orders to get bonus bricks and the advanced trading, which will let me lower the amount of crops that we need down to 45 and get 2 more buildings. Okay, the provisioner would let us start making flour and also gives us packs of provisions. I don't think I've got trade unlocked, so provisions aren't that good. The cookhouse could be amazing if I already had flour, but I don't, so provisioner it is. Bakery. The bakery is really, really nice. I will need a way to smelt copper now that I think about it. But I'm going to go with the bakery. I didn't get the herb garden. Maybe the bakery's done? The lumber mill's definitely done, because I already have one. The grill is fine. The tool shop is not that good. So I'm going to go with the bakery. I love it, and we're going to try to make it work. We have more people. We're going to go with harpies. We do need a harvester's camp, so let's build one. We should build a bakery, which I'm thinking will go right here. Looks pretty solid. And we do want to restaff this, which will be harpies. There we go. Meanwhile, upgrading this, right, we'd have to use parts, which I don't want to do. Exactly. There's our 3rd glade, which means I can turn this in and get some more tools. Let's see. Petrified tree. All homes house a fewer resident while we're working it, and tree felling goes slower. But we can get oil vessels, which will let me just make tools immediately, and that's great. So let's do that. Furthermore, we will get a stonecutter's camp, which I deleted my previous one, and we're going to use those tools. We're not going to use those tools to upgrade it because I can't. That's fine. Cellar gives us wine. Nobody likes wine. Pickled goods, which lizards like, and jerky, which everybody likes, but I've already got as efficiently, so we're actually going to salvage this. And what do I have the most food of? We're kind of running out of food. But I do like money in this context. Plus we got another building. Herb garden. Herb garden would make the bakery completely worth it. I'd have to delete one of my farms, but that would be fine. Weaver, not that great when I've got a leather worker. Scribe, only really good for harpies. I mean, it would let me make ale, which humans would like, but the tools is worthless. The apothecary, not good if I've got incense, double incense. I could serve religion to 2 people. I'm gonna go with the herb garden. You have the mushroom perk, so you can just make flour from those. Now, I've also got small farms. Honestly. So I can already make flour. The reason I want the herb garden is because you can use herbs to make both pie and biscuits. So basically I need something to pair with the flour. Yeah. Oh, I think I still need a... No, I took the provisioner. Right. Okay, we need to fire 1. There we go. Oh, we've got a small foragers camp here. Okay. So, first off, I need lizards. Copper's not really doing anything for us right now, so let's go ahead and grab a lizard out of here. So we can have... No, lizards can't harvest this. This is a big one, and this is a small one, so no, I'm just being silly. Let's go ahead and do this. So I don't actually need lizards. Sorry, you're good. You're good. Let's actually go ahead and delete these so they don't confuse me, and so I can get my parts back, which I can then use to make foraging camps. Vliss! Hey, how you doing, buddy? This would be nice. I don't really need provisions. I don't really want that. Okay. What I want is the ability to make tools, which I can't really get. We don't need packs of trade goods, and I should turn off any packs of trade goods that I'm currently making. I could use copper ore to make better roads, now that I'm thinking about it, so I should probably think about doing that. In the meantime, though... What do I do in the meantime? Honestly, I think I buy incense. Maybe I buy tools. I buy tools. Yeah. We're getting a ton of copper already, so I don't really need that. We don't need this pack of building materials. And that should be good. Okay, so if I sell him some planks... There we go. Is there any point in leaving vegetables ticked? Not really. I should undo that. Buy the emperor and save it for the next trader. That's not a bad idea, but I'm gonna get tools. And the reason I'm gonna get tools is because we 3 times took silent looting. So every cache that we open lowers hostility by 45. Also, we get more tools this way. That gives me some people. Let's go ahead and go up here. And we're gonna keep these goods, because keeping these goods will let us make tools. Let's go ahead and stick a harpy gathering that. We need wood. after this year, I will untick the vegetables. Yeah, 3 times is pretty sweet. It's going to be a significant drop. Plus, we took protected trade, so we're also reducing hostility by selling stuff. And then we can further reduce hostility with, you know, decryption here. I mean, I might not even need to. No, I might as well. Let's do it. So, hostility is dropped. We looted 2 events, so that gives us, hey, look, more tools. That's fantastic. Hostility is going to go to the floor. Ooh, okay. Trapper's Camp. We've been looking at, well, I mean, I don't have it now, but that'll let us get better food. I can put 2 humans in this foraging camp. That's excellent. We can put 2 lizards in the stonecutter's camp here. That's great. I can put another 2 lizards in here to start making tools. And tools plus planks will let us upgrade the mine all the way. So we will have a maximum mine. Now we're at hostility 4, which is you know, a bit. But we've got not tons of anything. But enough that I can definitely afford to fire my woodcutters during the storm. Oh, I never took humans out of the monastery, so hostility 2 is as low as we can get. Right? I mean, I could use some of these tools to do that, maybe. I don't like how angry the harpies are, and it's mostly the greater threat, right? Because if I look at this, oh, they're also hungry. I mean, yeah, they're also hungry. And that reminds me, no vegetables. No vegetables. I mean, I can't really do much about the hungry. We got another minute on that. I could lower hostility to the forest. Yeah, that's what's doing it. That is what's doing it. And of course, this is going to lower it by 45. But if I happy burn anything, it's fine. I've got oil. So we put ourselves on oil and we do this. And that is not quite enough. So we do this to quickly get harpies up to snuff. Then we turn that off. Lizards are unhappy, but it should be fine. I mean, we're going to lose a lizard. I think we're going to lose a lizard. Come on. We're going to lose a lizard. I can't stop it. Yeah, we lost a lizard. But now we just need 25 packs of crops? Yeah, let's drop this down to 25. Because we can first... Oh, more meat when we meet. That's nice. Bonus production on yields of trade goods. Not that excellent. Scouts work faster for every firekeeper assigned. Let's do that because we do need to build our second hearth. Did you set up your advanced food buildings yet? No, not really. We've done this. That's great. And this is... We've got that stuff in the way, but I'm not going to delete it because I need the food. This is good. Trapper's Camp can be rebuilt. And we need workers to cut stuff. What do we get here? Looks good to me. Put 2 harpies in the provisioner. And their exclusive job is going to be to make flour. we'll set a cap of 500 on that flower. And we will put a lizard in here. Now on top of that, that 25% boost to production is going to be nice. On top of that, I will want to replace one of these farms with an herb garden that just makes herbs. But not just yet. We'll wait another year for that. Oh, hey, we're in year 7, which means we're an hour in. So, if you're watching on YouTube, remember you can catch me live Monday and Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/DreadCanary. Would love to see you there. I'm experimenting with starting the streams a little bit earlier and maybe going longer so I can have a backlog of videos that can get posted to YouTube, which means if you want to get more up to date, you may have to make the switch over to Twitch. Also, for any announcements about schedule changes or other projects I'm working on, once those projects get to a point where I can announce them, that'll all be on my designated Twitter at GhostFinchMedia. GhostFinchMedia is all one word, and you'll know the logo. It's the little ghosty finch that I put on at the beginning and the end of my videos. Regardless, I very much appreciate you spending an hour with me. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a great day, and I would love to see you in the next one. Bye, YouTube.